Welcome to the Property Guide. You're watching ET Now. This is a weekly comprehensive guide to the property market. We've reviewed locations, developers and projects so you can find the right home and make the most profitable and efficient investment when you buy real estate. Remember, you can send in your questions to the Property Guide at etnow.com. On the show this week, we'll begin by focusing on Bangalore. We'll find out if you should be investing in one of India's most stable property markets. We'll review Thane as a micro market. We'll find out if there's a good deal on the table there for you. And we'll also tell you what charges you have to pay your bank in case you cancel your home loan application. All right, let's get straight to it. Now, while we spent the last couple of weeks talking about markets that might be cracking and prices that might be coming down, there's one property market that seems fairly stable, and that's Bangalore. But reports of unsold inventory are rising in the city, and it makes sense right now for us to investigate. Let me first bring in Avan, who will give us an update on how prices have moved in Bangalore over the last couple of years. Avan.
Thanks for that, Faye. Now, the numbers in Bangalore display trends that are very different from the rest of the country. For one, the recovery after the 2008 downturn has been gradual and far more stable. Secondly, this IT-dependent city is the only market in the country that has not seen a drop in prices in the first 2 quarters of this year. I'd like to maintain focus on the 3 main growth zones around the Outer Ring Road, Whitefield and Hebbal. Now, towards the east of the city around Whitefield and Marathalli, the mid-range property market has moved up much faster than the high-end property market. The prices of the mid-range property here have risen 66% over the last 5 years to 4,000 to 5,000 rupees per square foot in 2013. The high-end property in the area has moved up only 2,500 rupees per square foot in the last 3 years and is currently priced at 10,000 rupees per square foot. Let's look at the south to new residential neighborhoods in Sarjapur Road, Outer Ring Road and the HSR layout. The prices of mid-range property here have been moving up steadily from 3,200 rupees per square foot in 2010 to 5,500 rupees per square foot today. The other market, which is gaining as much interest, is the new airport corridor of Hebbal and Yelahanka. The prices here have increased 25% in the last 5 years. The mid-segment residential properties here are priced at 3,500 to 5,500 rupees per square foot, and the high-end market is priced between 6,500 to 9,500 rupees per square foot. With that, it's back to you, Faye.
All right, so that was Bangalore, and here's a list of all of the property launches right now in Bangalore that are getting a lot of attention. Take a look. Well, let's start with Whitefield in the south. There have been several high-end product launches in the area. The Brigade Group has launched the Brigade Begonia with 800 units and the Brigade Lakefront property with 1,200 units, both priced at 6,000 rupees a square foot. Nitesh Estates is building 300 apartments with its Flushing Meadows project, priced at 5,000 rupees a square foot. Prestige Park View with 376 units will be priced at 6,000 rupees a square foot. In Yelahanka, the RMZ Galleria containing 320 units will be completed next year, priced at 7,000 rupees a square foot. Purva Venezia from the Purvankara Group contains a massive 1,332 mid-range apartments priced at 5,000 rupees a square foot. The Equinox Water Edge by the Equinox Group in Hebbal will have 400 units priced at 7,000 rupees a square foot. Prestige Misty Waters in Hebbal, 552 mid-range apartments priced at 6,000 rupees a square foot. The Brigade Altamount complex on the Hennu Road will have 249 apartments priced at 4,500 rupees a square foot. Now, Mantri Web City is a massive complex on that same street with 1,331 apartments priced at 4,500 rupees a square foot. In Marthahalli, Prestige Group's Prestige Ivy Terrace has apartments priced at 5,400 rupees a square foot. Asset Group's East Point project, located just off the Marthahalli Ring Road, is priced at 5,790 rupees. The Adarsh Developers Lakefront project in Marthahalli is priced at 5,200 a square foot, and the Embassy Prestine from the Embassy Group, located on the Marthahalli Main Road, is priced at 6,500 rupees a square foot. Joining us, of course, to help us understand that market a little better is Ravi Ahuja. He doesn't need introduction now for those of you who've been watching the show. Ravi, thank you for spending time with us. And Pankaj Kapoor is the founder and the managing director of Lysis Forest. Pankaj, thank you for making time. Well, Ravi, we talked about the fact that Bangalore is one of the most stable markets in India right now, but we're hearing reports of oversupply. Do you think there might be a possibility of rates coming down in that city?
See, the market in Bangalore, while it's a tough market, so inventory does pile up, and that's the case across India. But having said that, Bangalore is a still softer market, and in my view, the IT/ITES industry makes both end users and investors look at the market favorably. Given today's economic environment, that sector of IT/ITES seems to be the one sector that seems to be doing well, and that's going all the way for Bangalore. The entire belt of east and southeast corridor, particularly the Outer Ring Road or even the Whitefield, where you see a lot of activity from the IT professionals, has given a fillip. And of course, the new corridors of the north, again, seem to be doing pretty well. The Yelahanka and the Hebbal belts are seeing some good investor demand thanks to the international airport corridor, plus some of the infrastructure projects that are taking shape in that locations.
I'm going to ask you to give us names of developers in a little while, but Pankaj, if I am an investor right now, let's first talk about investors, then we'll talk about end users. I'm an investor looking to buy property between the IT-driven neighborhoods that we have, or the cities between Pune, between Hyderabad, between Bangalore right now. Is Bangalore the best option?
It is. And the reason being, if you look at the price productivity is still higher. Why Bangalore has been doing and selling better than any other market, if you look at, because the reason is we have still habitable locations, close by location, convenient location available in 4,000 rupees rates. Which is not available in NCR, which is not available in most of the other cities. And because the price is productive, in other sense also, a year back, my rental yield in the Whitefield used to be 5%. Okay. Right. And even today, if you look at most of the market, are reeling at 4%. So you look at rental yield represents the price productivity.
If we're talking about investors, then assume I put money down right now to pick up an apartment in the neighborhoods that Ravi just mentioned, and we'll ask him to give us names in a little while. What sort of appreciation can we expect from Bangalore, say, in the next 5 years?
It's an end user market, and Bangalore is also becoming a inconvenient city in the sense of it. So appreciation's point of view, one should not really look at more than 9% or 10%.
Right, I'm going to ask you to go over what Ravi just told us. In terms of locations, do you agree then that those are the locations we should focus on as investors in Bangalore?
My choice would be more on the Sharjapur, Outer Ring Road, Marthahalli, to some extent Whitefields.
Is there a risk also of oversupply in that Yelahanka-Hebbal stretch of road, because there have been a lot of launches there over the last 1 year or so?
Yeah, no, so there have been launches, prices seem to have run up a bit. So I don't, much disagree that, the prices may be a little higher compared to some of the other micro markets and therefore may be overvalued. But having said that, I must say for the record that Hebbal is going to be an integrated kind of transportation hub with the monorail and the high-speed railway kind of infrastructure projects that are going to hit that location. I think it's going to be quite a central, connected, location. So from a medium to long-term perspective, I still feel that there is some room for appreciation, maybe if not 10 or 15%, clearly given the price rise taken place already, 5 to 7% in the short to medium term. But in the long term, we're quite bullish on that location.
All right, I'm going to ask you to make our lives a little easier then by first let's talk about Yelahanka and Hebbal. All of the launches we saw there, open for booking right now. Are there any projects you think that are interesting?
Yeah, see, the RMZ Galleria project, which has come up in Yelahanka, seems to be a very good quality project by the RMZ group. And knowing them and the reputation they have, probably it's a project one should watch. It has already seen some price appreciation over the last 6 months of launch. The other ones at Hebbal are the Embassy Lake Terrace. So essentially the reputed, developers. Salarpurias also are doing some good development both at HSR layout as well as some of the other locations.
Okay, now I know you've given this to us in the past, but Sarjapur, Whitefield, Marthahalli, that stretch, a couple of recommendations for our viewers?
Yeah, that stretch we've discussed, the Embassy, the Prestige and also the Vaswani developers. They have some good projects one could watch for from these reputed names. They clearly are winners in my view, because they will have track record on delivery as well as quality. So yeah, one could look at projects from these groups in those locations.
All right, if you'd like to have us review a particular city or a micro market that you are interested in, write to us. Email ID is at the bottom of your screen. Remember, you can send in any question you have about property. Our next question comes in from Omar. He tells us he wants to buy a 2-bedroom flat in Delhi or in NCR. He writes in from Kashmir. He tells us his budget is between 50 and 60 lakh rupees and he wants to invest in one go. The idea is the property should be ready to move in and he and his family will occupy it in the months of summer. What would you recommend he does with a budget of 50 to 60 lakh rupees? Where in the NCR should he be focusing his attention?
I think this would more point towards the Noida side of the market. Gurgaon at 50-60 lakhs is today a fast stretch. I think towards the Noida extension, there are projects by the Supertech group, albeit they are nearing completion but not complete. He's looking at a ready. I think Greater Noida also has some good projects. Supertech themselves have a good project there which is ready, and one could consider those. From a long-term perspective, they also offer some good appreciation. Although I think Greater Noida today, with the kind of oversupply and the kind of environment in that micro market, one could look at a 5-10% correction. So it has to be cautious. Yeah.
Okay, so that's Greater Noida. That's on your screen right now, the details of the property that Ravi has just mentioned for you. When we come back, we'll take a look at Thane and all of the properties you can buy in Thane right now that are offering discounts. Don't go anywhere.